Hi everyone, it's Nancy. Welcome back to my channel. Um, and I also welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. And I really hope to bring you some new ideas for junk journals and ephemera for junk journals. And I really hope that you enjoy it. So, today I just have a real short video of a technique I wanted to share with you. I did some research a few months ago on eco dyeing and plant dyeing with plants, and I came across this lady who has written a lot of books on it, and she does it mostly with fabric, but she has also done some of it with paper. And this technique is so simple. It requires like no supplies at all, just some milk and water and some paint brushes and your imaginations in terms of what kind of design you want to make. And basically it's like a, let me first of all, the lady that wrote the book and also has this website where I read about a lot of plant dyeing from and this idea. Her name is Rebecca Desnos, and she has a website which is basically her name and .com. So if you want to look her up, she has a lot of she has a wonderful website and a blog, and that's where I got this idea from. But I wanted to share it with many of you that I know make journals and do tea dyeing. So basically it's just soy milk and water. You can also use other milks. The lady that I was talking about, she has tried it with almond milk and soy milk, and they both work, but the soy milk does give a deeper, darker design. Other milks, she says she's almost sure they'll work. It's just that you might get different results from it. The paper I used was basically the papers I use in my journals. I used an all-purpose 24-pound Hammermill paper. I've used thicker paper than this. I tried it on these index cards, and I also tried it on some graph paper, and it all worked. Basically, you just dip your paintbrush in the milk and start painting it on your paper. And I drew some circles and did a lot of splatters with the splatter brush like this one. I don't want to splatter too much, I'll get it on my computer. And you just let it, set it aside and let it dry. You can also try to speed up the process of the milk drying by putting it in the oven, because I've tried that and it does work. But you don't want to stack the papers because the milk will make the papers stick to each other. And that's that. Rebecca also suggested that you can do the pre-treatment like this and then set these papers aside and let them cure for a week or several days. And she said the pattern will come out a little deeper and darker. I didn't try that because I wanted to use these papers right away, but maybe eventually in the future I will try setting them aside and letting them sit. So that's the idea that I wanted to share with you, and then I wanted to show you the results. And also, so I don't forget this time, the ratio is 2 tablespoons of milk to about 3 tablespoons of water. It doesn't have to be exact. There were times when I poured in a little bit more milk, and it didn't ruin my designs or the experiment whatsoever. So, but this is a basic guide to go by. Here are the results. Here are the index cards. If you can see that, you'll see the dark part is what was painted on with the milk. And this is kind of, I got a little messy here. This is kind of a splatter one. Some of them I turned the paper so that they would drip down like that. Here's another. Sometimes I would put the splatter on with the splatter brush. Other times I just use the regular paintbrush. And so that's that. And then there's these papers that came out really well on. Here's some. Here's a really cool one. It did different drips in different directions. And here's another one that I thought came out pretty neat. And here's some circles that I painted. And, but you can get, I mean, you could be so, I mean, the sky's the limit in terms of what you can paint on in terms of a design. Here's some more circle ones I did. Random. This is more of a splatter I did, and then I let it drip down the page. And here's a real long drip one. I think this one I held the page up and let it drip, and kind of sprayed it on the paper and let it drip down. So that's the designs you get. Here's some of the paper. These didn't come out as clear because I had stacked them after I tea dyed them, and I think that's why you can't see the designs quite as clearly. But you can a little bit. It does give a subtle design. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Oh, here's a really good splatter one. Like that one. And share with you. I thought it was such a great idea, and I got such great results with it, and I thought, oh, I really have to share this with everybody. It's such a cool idea. So that's that. And any questions you have, you know, please leave them in the comments. Maybe I can answer them for you. If not, well, we'll work it out together. I have 2 more shares to do today. One of them is a haul I got from scrapbook.com. It was my birthday last month, and my sister gave me a gift certificate to scrapbook.com. And the day I went to the website, they were having a sale on Prima stuff, and so I kind of went crazy and spent my entire gift certificate and then some. So I wanted to show you because it was so exciting to get it in the mail. A few months back I bought a paper collection, Prima paper collection from Hobby Lobby with my coupon. And the scrapbook.com had all these things that go with that paper collection, like these little leaves with the glitter on them. And I thought these would be great for journals because they're flat and they're not too bumpy. And then they had these wooden embellishments. And then they had these die cuts, which I can't wait to use. Here's all that you get in that package. And then they had these stickers. And they were all, I can't remember, it was like, maybe, I'm not sure if it was 50 off or 40 off, but it was a good deal. And then, oh, and these little tickets that go with the collection. And then they had this, some trims by Prima. And I wish I had bought the other one, but this one is so cool. It's like a one long piece, but it's like little doilies, and it's like an antique gold with a glitter blingy look to it. And then I also got, where is it? Oh, this really cool spray that I want to try. Another new kind of like toy. It's called Color Bloom. It's by Prima, and it's called Gilded Spray Mist. And this nozzle has 2 settings, so you can do splatter and full coverage. I can't wait to try that on some paper. And then they had these pearls in different sets of colors, and this one is like a kind of like a bronze or a gold, not really a gold, but a bronzy color, and then off-white. And there's 3 different sizes in each tub. I couldn't believe how many you got for the price. And I really love them because most of the pearls I can find at the craft stores are acrylic. They have no weight to them whatsoever in it. It just kind of bugs me. And these are glass pearls, so they have a nice weight to them and a nice shine to them too. So I can't wait to use them in making some charms. But like I said, they had different color mixes. They had this one, and I think they had like a red and a green one. And they might have had blue, different colors of blue, but I can't remember. But awesome buy. And then I found these metal leaf charms, and I've been looking for leaf charms, so I was really excited when I found those. And then last but not least, the best buy of the whole lot here was Tim Holtz stamps, and they're mushrooms. I was so excited when I saw these. I was like, oh wow, I don't care how much they cost, I have to get these. So that's my other buy. And then I got 2 free gifts. Out of the whole, everything I got an offer for 2 free gifts. One was a paper pad from Prima, which is this one. By the collection is called Dolce. It's a 6x6 pad, but you can make so many things with a 6x6. You can make tags, you can make little booklets, punch shapes out of it. There's all kinds of things you can do with a 6x6 pad. And then I had a choice of like 3 different types of tools or accessory kind of things. And this is the one I chose. It's blending tools. And these sponges are domed on the edge. Well, they're like the Tim Holtz ones, but just a little bit different, so I thought I'd try them out. So I got those for free, and we all know we all like free stuff. So that's the haul. And then the other share I had with you was, I'm not sure if some of you may know, some of you may not, but we are all familiar with this punch. And we all know it's by Stampin' Up. It's the whale's tail punch, or the whale punch. And it's discontinued, and it's very hard to get. And if you do find it, it's a pretty high price. I got this one years ago on eBay for $60. That's how much I had to spend to get it. And I wouldn't have spent it unless my husband had encouraged me to do so. So I realized by watching a lot of videos that so many people wish they had this punch. And I thought, I wonder if I can make this tab into a file that I can cut out on my silhouette. So actually I asked my husband to do it. I said, I gave him the tab and I said, could you draw this without scanning it or tracing it, so it's your design. Could you draw this and make it into an SVG file? And he did, no problem. So I thought, this is great. Now I can cut these out and I can offer them to others in my store. But I can also reduce the size of this since it's in a graphics program now. So I wanted to show you, I offer sets of these tabs in my store, and I try to pick vintage papers for the most part, but sometimes that's hard to find. And I like to use double-sided paper only, so you have a choice as to which side of the tab you want to use. And I also don't like to use cheap thin paper either. I like the paper to have a little bit of sturdiness to it. So on the description I will tell you exactly what paper collection I used, and so you know exactly what you're getting. And here's some examples. You'll get 20 tabs for $1.75. This is the regular size one. This is the mini one. And the mini one I think is 20 for $1.35. And to give you an idea of the different size, this is a mini one on a card. Try to move my hand or my finger out of the way. And this is a regular size one on a card. So they both have a lot of uses. And I sew different designs. These are two more modern designs, but they're really actually very pretty. This one's a pastel one, and this one I think is Perry Blues and Peach. I think that's what that design is. And this is a vintage design. I can't remember the exact name. I think it's Vintage Ephemera. And then there's this one. And you get four designs in each, set. So there's 4 different designs. This is a Crowded Attic from Tim Holtz. This is the botanical one, which you can actually ink up and make it look more vintage. This is the mixed bag one, and I think this is 25 tabs. And you get, actually it's a mix of Tim Holtz papers and some other papers I had. This is a plain craft card and parchment card, if you want plain ones. Here's another vintage design. I think this one is postal, but I can't remember. And then there's the rose one. And this is actually a newer version than what I was selling. This one's from the Prima Rose collection. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it is on the description. And some of them I sell mini, some I don't. All these I sell mini, but not these. So if you're interested, stop by my shop and take a look. And if you are a first-time buyer, on the receipt you'll get a 15% off coupon for my shop if you spend $10. And I do have other journal making type supplies. I have tea bags and time cards, guest checks, some eyelash yarn. So stop on over and take a look. I'm gradually adding to the supplies as I acquire them. So that's it. And that's it for today. Thanks for taking the time to watch, stopping by, and I will hopefully see you in another video soon. Bye.